So Panasonic camera owners rejoice because if you have the Panasonic S5, S5 II, S5 IIX, or S9, there are some brand new firmware and I own the S5 IIX, so this is going to be pretty important for me, but for people who own the S9, I think it has even more features, but it's currently under maintenance. But for me, this is what I'm going to be getting in version 2.1. So we now get this Leica monochrome photo style, which was available on the G9 II. And finally, compatibility with the Lumix Lab app, which the S9 was already working with. So now we could actually use the real-time LUTs, share and create LUTs, which is really, really awesome. And then you could also now use the new Panasonic XLR microphone, which was able to work with the G9 II. I'm not sure about the S9, so this is going to be great for people who want the best audio quality possible. Now there's also a 5 gigahertz option added to the Wi-Fi frequency band. And then you can now use the real-time LUT function. You can assign it to a function button instead of going through menus. And so this is going to be really, really nice. And there's some other things right here. Pop-up message for using Panasonic collapsible lenses and improve operational stability. But with most firmware updates on Panasonic cameras, they introduce a lot. The last update, 2.0, was almost like getting a new camera. And I'm really happy that they are able to provide this. And so once you click on the firmware download, this pop-up will come. And then you could also click on this for instructions on how to update. And then this page will come out. And so basically, you're going to download the zip file, which I've already done. So here is the zip file. And then you just unzip that. And then you put this file in your root directory of your camera. So this is my SD card. There's the root directory. And once you do that, you're actually going to have to go into your camera to the firmware menu and then update firmware. So I'm going to show you that, but it's a fairly simple thing to do, but you want to make sure that your battery is fully charged. And yeah, and you know, with these type of firmware, it's really up to you. You know, I know that some people are really concerned that maybe if they update the firmware that it could brick their camera, and that's something that is a possibility. I'm not going to lie to you, and any camera manufacturer, but hopefully nothing goes wrong. So let's go ahead and head over to my camera and update the firmware. All right, so here we go. Here is my camera, and what you want to do is you want to go into your menu, and you'll notice that there are many options here, but you want to go to where the gear icon is, and then when you do that, go to the right of your menu, and you'll keep scrolling down till you get to another gear icon, and then you'll see here firmware version. So as you can see, here is my current firmware. It's 2.0 and my lens is on 1.1, but I'm upgrading the body firmware. So let's see if I could do the firmware update. Hopefully it sees it. And I do have a fully charged battery. That's important. So there it is, 2.1. So we're going to go ahead and start the update. And after this, hopefully things work. So I'll go ahead and start the update. And the last time that I did this, I think it took about maybe like 3 to 5 minutes, somewhere around there. So the thing is, you want to be patient. However long it takes, don't do anything to your camera. Don't turn it off. Just wait until everything's done. And once things are successful, you should get a message and it'll reset. So I'm just gonna wait. And as I stated a little bit earlier, the instructions are on the website, but in general, you're gonna download the zip file, you're gonna extract the bin file, you're gonna put that bin file in the root directory of your camera, and or your SD card in this case. And once you do that, we're going through the process right here. Okay, so that took about almost 3 minutes. I'm now just waiting for it to reset. Okay, looks like that worked, but let's go ahead and check the firmware. So firmware version 2.1. Oh yeah. So let's see where the actual changes are. I'm not sure where it's going to be exactly because this is my first time updating it. Okay, so I looked around a little bit, and the way you set the real-time LUT function to a function button. It's the same as how you would do with other function buttons. So if I go here to my function buttons, and you notice here there's like 3 different categories of menus. Go to category number 1, and then here you see an option called real-time LUT. So once you have the Lumix Lab app, or you already have some LUTs loaded up, you could choose this as a shortcut for your function button to apply a real-time LUT. And I will test that out on a future episode along with working with the Lumix Lab app. And so this video is primarily to show you the new firmware and how I was able to update it. But other than that, everything's been updated. We do have some new functionality, and I'm going to try some of this out. And I'm pretty sure it's going to improve this camera even further. So if you actually had any thoughts on this, be sure to leave in the comments here below, and I'll see you on another episode. Hey geeks, if you are a brand new creator and you simply want something easy to get you started, well, I got something for you with my Creator Starter Kit. This is a super simple step-by-step guide that's going to take you from having no channel to developing your very first YouTube channel, along with ideas, thumbnail designs, and other creator tips, including marketing. And the best part is, all of this is free. Simply head over to the link below, check out my page, and get started creating.